Hello everyone. Today's topic is normal or regular inner class. I will continue this topic with the previous topic. In the previous lecture, I have discussed about the inner class, what is inner class, why we use the inner class, what is the requirement of inner class. I have also explained what is the relation between the inner class and outer class, and I have also explained different type of, there are 4 types of inner class are available in Java. First one is normal or regular inner class, second one is method local inner class, and third one is anonymous inner class, and fourth one is static nested class. And I have also explained about why the nested keyword is keyword in case of static nested class. Okay, why not it is static inner class. Okay, and in this lecture I will discuss about the how to write a program, or I will explain how many way we can write or access the inner class instance code, or you can say accessing inner class code from static area of outer class. So that term will be very theoretical, but let me explain with the example so that you can get the clear idea what I want to say. That I want to say that we, in case of regular or normal or regular inner class, we have seen that I have to declare the class. So let me give the name of this class outer so that you can get the idea. And within this class, if I declare class inner, okay, right, inner, and we have write something. So that type of declaration of this class is called normal or regular inner class. Now why? So what is the definition of normal or regular inner class? Because in the previous lecture I have explained the definition that if I declare a class within a class, then it is called inner class, right? That is the simple definition. Now if I say, if I declare a class within a class, is it a normal or regular inner class, or is it a method local inner class, or is it a anonymous class, or it may be a static nested class? So there are so many different type of inner classes present. So we have to think about that. The definition should be in such a way that we can identify what is the definition of normal or regular inner class, right? So if I declare the definition of normal or regular inner class in such a way that if we declare any name class, so that means, let me write the 4 type of class. First one is normal, okay, normal inner class. Second one is method local, I am writing in short, okay. So normal or regular inner class, okay, and method local inner class. Third one is anonymous or no name, okay, no name inner class. And fourth one is static nested, okay, nested class, okay. Now when we talk about the definition, that if we declare in any name class means anonymous class should not be there, okay, it means anonymous class is not there in my definition. Directly inside a class, that means not within a method, right? Static modifier, without static modifier means it not a static nested class. Such type of inner class is called normal or regular inner class. So let me write the definition so that you can get the idea. So definition, I want to say that if we can declare any name class, that means anonymous class is not, any name class named class directly inside a class without static modifier such type of inner class is called normal or regular inner class, right? So you can get the idea. Here we talking about name class. Name class means if I declare a name class, that means anonymous class is not identified. Okay, inside a class directly means it not a method local, right? Static without static modifier means this is not a static nested class. Then that inner class is called normal or regular inner class. So from the definition we can get the idea what is the meaning of normal or regular inner class, right? Now the next question is, we do not know how to declare an inner class, right? Now suppose this I am just talking about in respect of this declaration. So where I have declared a class outer and the class name is inner, and within this the inner class, that is my normal or regular inner class, I have declared within a outer class. Now the next question is, how do I compile this class? So what should be the name of this class? So you already know that the class name should be, for example, outer.java. Okay. So let me write the file name outer.java. This is my class name, and you already know that if I want to declare, if I want to compile, we have to use the javac outer.java. Now my question is, I have just declared two classes and I have just compiled these classes with the file name. Okay, outer.java is my file name, and from this I have just compiled. So if I compile this one and if I put the enter, what will happen? We know that in case of class, if I compile, what type of class will be created? It will be created dot class, right? So one of the class should be created. If I compile, I will get outer.java, right? Outer.class, right? Because if I compile a Java file, obviously it will create a dot class file, right? My file name is outer.java and that will create outer.class. Now what inner is also class. So according to our definition in our Java programming language, I have just object-oriented programming language. In case of Java, I have told you that whenever a class, there must be an object. Okay, when you compile this program, there is a dot class will be created. So here this is also a class. So what kind of dot class file will be created for this inner class? How do I access this inner class? So here if I compile this file, Java file, it will create two dot class file. One of the dot class file name is outer.class and another dot class is, because this inner class is strongly associated with outer class, so the name of the dot class file is outer dollar then inner. Not directly it will create inner dot class. So that should be a two different declaration. Okay, so different type of dot class. But when it will create outer dollar inner, means this inner class is exist. I have in my definition I have already mentioned that the why we go for the inner class, when we want that the one object exists irrespective of another object, or you can say that if without existing of outer object, if I don't want, there is a no chance of existing of inner object, then we should go for the inner classes. So here outer dollar inner dot class. these two type of class will be created, dot class will be created. One is outer dollar inner dot class and another is outer dot class. And sometimes in our programming language we have seen there is a jar file. Okay, so when we extract my jar file, you know that a group of dot class file, if I extract, I will get that dot class file. Sometimes we will get that there is a some dot class file consists of some dollar symbol. So we can understood it's a inner class, and we know that why inner class is very important to use it. Okay. Now my next question is, we know there are two type of inner class, there are two type of dot class will be created, that is okay. Now if I want to run, so how do I want to run? So we have to call the interpreter Java, then what is my file name? Outer.java. So what is my dot class file name? Outer.class. So I have to call outer. Okay, then we enter. So what will happen if I call, because there are two dot classes present, outer dot class and outer dollar inner dot class. So if I call Java outer, what will be the output? So suppose let me write some code, that if I don't write, because in this example I have not used any main method, right? I have not used any main method. I am just talking about this example. I have just declared outer and class inner, so it will compile fine. I will show in encoding example also that there is no problem of compilation, because I have just maintained the syntax also, there is no problem. But now question is, if I write Java dot outer, then what will happen? It will throw a runtime exception. Okay, so it will throw a runtime exception, and name of the exception is called no such method found error. Okay, no such method found error. So no such method error, and it will show the main method, because main method is not present. Okay. Now if I write, for example, Java, because dot class file is present, if I write Java and outer dot inner, then if I give enter, what will happen? Because dot class is present, what will happen? It will also show the same error. It will show runtime error, and the error name is no such method error main. Okay, it is show the same error. Now, so let me write my main method. Let me write my main method. So what I have so far discussed, I have just discussed one of my class name is outer, and within outer I have declared a class called inner, and then I have declared public static void main string args. Okay, now it is okay. I have just written the complete. Now system dot out dot println. For example, this public static void main associated with which class? Whether it is associated with the inner class or outer class. So it's associated with the outer class. So let me give the message so that we can get the idea that this class is this method is belongs to outer class, is associated with the outer class. So inside a outer class. Okay, inside outer class. So let me write outer class. Okay. Now if I, so same thing I am just discussing. So if I call Java outer, okay, dot class file will be created. If I declare Java outer, is there any output or is there any error? The class will run fine, but what will happen? So I will get the output or not? So I will get the output. So I will get the output. If I run this file, I will get the output. If I call Java outer, then I will get the output. Ekdom simple, it's a simple. So outer class. Okay. Now, if I call Java outer dollar inner, right? So there is a runtime error because main method is not present. So I will get that type of error because this main method is associated with the outer class. So it will work fine and give the output message output outer class. Now the next question is, so if I declare this method inside my inner class, what will happen? So let me write this one once again. Class outer, I am writing in short. So class inner, okay, and within this inner class I have just written public static void main string args, string args, and within that I have just writing system dot out dot println and inner class. So let me complete this class. So my inner class is complete and my outer class is complete, and I have declared my public static void main within my inner class. Okay. Now what do you think? Do you think the since the main class is present within the inner class, so that line will be executed and I will get the output inner class, and that part will not be executed because it will give a runtime error? What do you think? Let me think about this. I am telling you that that code will be not executed. So compilation will be not done. So compilation error. So it will show me compilation error. This code is okay, but this is compilation. There is no chance of run this code because this is a compilation error, right? Why it is compilation error? Because inside inner class we cannot declare any static member. So this is the first rule. So here my inner class, and here I have declared a static member, one of the method. Even we cannot declare a static main method also. So the first thing you have to remember that whenever we want to declare any static variable without inside a inner class, so there is a compilation error. So inside inner class we cannot declare any static member, hence we cannot declare even main method also, and we cannot run directly from the command prompt. So that is a compilation error. So this concept is very important. Okay. So most of the time we will make a mistake that if the inner class public static void main is present in the inner class, so we will run this by using outer dollar inner. So we know that where the inner class is main class is present, main method is present, we will use the compiler to execute it. That is totally wrong in case of inner class. Okay. So let me explain a complete example so that you can get the complete picture, a summary what I have discussed so far, because I have discussed so many things. Let me summarize all those things in a complete example so that you can get the idea how to access the inner class actually. Okay. So let me write the simple code once again so you can get the idea. Class outer, I am taking the same example, okay, and within class I have just taken another class, name is inner. This is actually name, you can give A, B, C, whatever it is, because for understanding I am just giving a name, and within this inner class I have taking a instance method, for example public void name of the method is m1, and within this method I have just declare system.out.println, and I want to print inner class. Okay. So, there is no problem, we can declare a method inside a class, there is no problem. Now, I have just declared, we have already know that we have to declare the public static void main within a outer class. Okay. Passive void main string args, okay, and within this class. So, it is very simple. Now, the question is, this inner class is belongs to which class? Outer class, right? And so, can we access this inner class directly? We know that whenever we want to access a class, so we have to create the object, right? So, if I want to access this m1 method, how do I access it? Because this m1 method is belongs to inner class, and this inner class has a part of outer class or strongly associated with the outer class. So, if I want to access this m1 method, what we have to do? First we have to create the object of outer class, right? If why? Because this with in my definition I told you that without existing the on object, another object should not be there. So, if there is a no existence of outer object, there is a no existence of inner object also. That is why I am just discussing this topic, inner class. Okay. So, inner classes, first the outer class object has to be created. So, outer class, so how do I create the outer class? So, outer O new outer, right. So, I have created the outer class object. Now, if I want to access any instance variable, any method, just like we have to access the inner class also. So, if I want to access this m1 method, so we have to create the object of inner class. And how can I create the object of inner class? Let me write this one. So, I want to create the outer class, okay, outer inner class object. So, if when we talk about this one, so we talk about that when we compile a inner class, there is a dot class is created, that is outer dollar inner dot class, okay. So, this is the name of the dot class, you can check in your system also, okay. And when we want to, from this dot class we can understand that inner class is associated with, strongly associated with the outer class, right. So, here if I want to create the object of inner class, we have to declare, instead of dollar we can write inner. So, we can access in this way. So, outer dot inner. So, I just want to create a instance of a inner class. So, this is my reference variable. Then how do I know this inner class object? We know that if I write new inner, so that new inner is not associated with this outer. So, how can I create dot outer dot new inner, right? So, in this way we can create the object of a inner class, normal or regular inner class. So, outer or inner class, then we can access outer dot here I dot m1, we can call the m1 method, right. So, I have just closed this one, this is the complete example and it is okay. Now, my next question is, if I want to create the object of my inner class, we have to use outer dot inner I equal to outer class object dot inner class. So, these two lines, can I make a single line? Yes, you can do in a single line. So, you can write, think about this, here the object, how this object is created? New outer. So, we can write like this, outer dot inner I equal to new outer outer dot new inner. Right. So, compare this one, just only I have placed instead of O. So, these two line can be combined into a single line. Okay. And the next thing is, look at this. We have a outer object, then we have a inner object, we have a I also. So, now can I make this three line into a single line? Think about it. Whenever we want to create, I have just create the object or reference variable of my inner class. Then we use the dot operator, then we call the M1 method. So, if I want to make a single line, how can we can access? So, we can write like this, new outer dot new inner. So, new object is created dot we can write. So, instead M1 we can write. So, in this way within a single line we can access replace this three line. Okay. This is the concept of how to create this line. So, this is a complete example of inner class. So, in this lecture I have just discussed if I how to access the inner class code from static area. I am just talking about the static area. So, how to access my inner class code inside the static area of outer class. Okay. So, I have just discussed what will happen if I compile this file, how many .class file will be created, how to run this file, if I use without a main method what will be the error. I have just discussed. I have also discussed that when we talk about the normal or regular inner class, that we should give the definition like this: if I can declare any name class directly inside a class without static modifier, such type of class is known as normal or regular inner class. That is the complete definition of normal or regular inner class. I have also explained how to access the inner class code from static area and how to replace these two objects into a single line, how to call a non-static method within a inner class from a static method I have just declared. Okay. So, that is a very good concept of inner class, and there are so many other cases. There are two other classes in case of normal or regular inner class. The second one is how to access the inner class code from instance area, outer area, instance area, outer area, or from static area of a outer class or from outside of outer class. So, there are two more cases is pending. One of this from instance, how to access the inner class code from instance area of outer class. Third one is from outside of the outer class. So, that means how to access this inner class from outside of this outer class. So, from outside how can I access this? That part I will discuss in my next example, next lecture. After the coding example I will discuss about, and this concept, inner class concept, is very important for your exam. You will get what is the how many type of inner class is present, what is normal or regular inner class, what is the difference between the normal or regular inner class and method local inner class, what is anonymous class, what is static nested class, why the static nested class is called nested class. So, like that, so many question, you common question and very important question you will might get in your exam. So, in my next lecture I will discuss the another two cases, how to access the inner class and inner class code from outside of outer class, from instance area of outer class. I will also explain coding example. I will show how to run this program, and all those things I have just discussed, that there are two dot class will be created and there will be runtime error even if I don't use the declare my main method inside a inner class. There is a compilation error. All those things I will discuss with coding example. Thank you.